One of the big items on that list getting the tariff rollbacks is beef. And the need to intervene was very real. Prices on beef have soared in this country. Depending on where you live, the average price for a pound of ground beef from the grocery store right now tops a searing $6 and change. In America's heartland, it's nearly $7. And the president is taking action, as we just heard, directing the DOJ as well to launch an antitrust investigation into JBS, Cargill, Tyson Foods, and National Beef. He wants an antitrust investigation into whether or not they are colluding somehow to keep the price of beef up. Now, this would be some relief to small-time ranchers. Many of them say they're being squeezed out by a big beef monopoly. One rancher in Wyoming has been making her case on TikTok, and her message is being shared widely.
This is how we take down the big four: Tyson, Cargill, JBS, and National Beef, the four packers that control 85% of America's beef. They set the prices, they crush small ranchers, they overcharge you at the grocery store. And here's what they don't want you to know: the laws to break them up already exist. And if we enforce them, we could take them down tomorrow. This isn't a free market. It's a corporate cartel that decides what beef costs from the pasture to your plate.
Casey Parker is the rancher in that video. She joins us now from Hoofeisen Ranch, where she and her husband raise Wagyu cattle in Big Sky Country, Wyoming. Casey, great to have you on the show. Corporate cartel. Strong words for those big four companies. How long have they been? Are they colluding with each other? They buy the beef. Tell me how it works.
Well, those four companies control 85% of America's beef supply. And the ranchers' prices have stayed flat for decades when retail beef is at record highs. The packers are making record profits during the same period. And this is not a free market, it's a monopoly.
Yeah, to be clear, ranchers like yourself, most ranchers, they don't take the beef from their cattle farm and then go to the grocery store, even though some of you are trying to do that and cut out the middleman. They sell it to a middleman who packages it and sells it to grocery stores across the country. And that's where the price jacking is going on?
Yes. Yeah, it happens at the market. It happens at the grocery store. When I say market, I mean at the cattle market that's itself.
Right.
And then it happens at the grocery store as well.
So why aren't the laws against this being enforced?
I don't know. I think a lot of lobbying has gone against it over a very long time. And it needs to be enforced, especially now that there is an investigation being launched through the DOJ.
Do you think this investigation will scare these big four meat companies into stopping this practice of jacking up the prices at a time especially when, because of all the tariffs and the trade wars going on, the price of beef is really high?
Yes, I don't know if it will scare them, but I do know that those laws need to be enforced.
All right, so I just want to ask you, Trump announced yesterday that he would exempt beef from Argentina from the 10% tariff that he had slapped on it. This is after the White House announced 2 weeks ago it would quadruple the amount of beef it imported from Argentina, something a fellow rancher from Wyoming called a, quote, an absolute betrayal to the American cattle rancher. Is that how you see it?
No, in my opinion, I kind of think it was a strategic move by Trump to show the Big Four's behavior so that they could launch this investigation.
The National Cattlemen's Association said, quote, we cannot stand behind the president while he undercuts the future of family farmers and ranchers by importing Argentine beef in an attempt to influence prices.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. So,
how many of farms like your own? I mean, a lot of these ranchers have struggled in recent years with drought, with building up their herds. What has it been like for you?
We have the drought, and then supply. There, that can be an issue, but it's a much smaller issue than what we're dealing with the Big Four and their market manipulation. That is what's really causing the pricing issues. that we're seeing.
And you say that all that needs to happen is for the current laws already on the books to be enforced. What do those laws explicitly say?
Well, it's the antitrust laws. But I also think that he should sign to allow state-inspected processors to ship nationwide, which will open up a lot more competition in the market.
So right now you can't ship your beef nationwide?
I can, but you have to jump through a lot of loopholes, and it has to be through a USDA specific processor, and they're hard to get into, and that's a major problem whenever you're shipping farm to table. Plus, those processors can also jack up the prices. If there was competition in the market, we would be able to do a lot better.
How important is it, given that we do import a lot of beef, not just from Argentina, from Brazil, from a lot of other countries, how important is it that we support our own American beef farmers? You know, we're more and more an interconnected world. An argument could be made we can get it cheaper from another country. Why not? Why is it important to support and make sure that you guys stay in business and other ranches like yours?
Well, if we have competition, that will lower the prices at the grocery store. If you let us compete, American ranchers can feed American families, and we'll fix the beef supply ourselves.
And to be clear, the big four that you're talking about, these meat packer, the middlemen who sell it to the stores, they are also doing that with Argentinian beef, with Brazilian beef, all these other countries?
Yeah.
So they're in control of the whole kit and caboodle.
Yes, and I mean three out of four of them are foreign owned. So it's, like I said, it's a national security for us as well to have foreign companies running American food
and determining the price.
85% of it.
Yeah, and determining the price that we all pay. Americans love their steaks and their burgers. Casey Parker, great to talk to you. I hope things are going well for all of you guys in Wyoming. Really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.